shit. Oh. What is up, people? Can you hear me? Probably not. Oh, yeah, we can. Goody, goody. We will wait for some people to get in here, and I have some funny. That's not funny at all, but there's some stuff to talk about. Hey, let me know when y'all pop in. Just curious who's here. What is up? I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get in here. I got some stuff to show you that's just, it blows my mind. It really does. Let me know if you can hear me okay and everything, if you don't mind. But I have some stuff to talk about that just absolutely blows my mind. I mean, I can't get over it. And people, it's acceptable today. It's okay if you hate on Whitey. It's not only socially acceptable, it's encouraged, even legalized. Affirmative action is it's federally mandated racism is what it is. Wait for a couple people to get in here, and then I'll jump on here. I also have some other stuff to talk about with unemployment, and this is going to blow everybody's mind too. What they are now doing for unemployment in Ohio, at least. Let's see, there's 5 people on here. Who's all here? I can't tell. I wish I could tell. Nobody's live chatting. Why can't you let me know you're here, man? Let me know who I'm talking to. Am I in the wrong live chat? I think I am. Oh, I am in the wrong live chat. I guess it would help if I was in the right live chat. My bad, guys. I'm retarded. I did this on this channel because I figured this is probably going to get taken down. My bad, man. I can see you guys now. My bad. I was still on the Freedom Inc. channel, not Freedom Inc. 2. So there was this. Was sent to me by one of my subs. Minnesota Theater cancels its own Cinderella production because cast was too fucking white. Imagine that. Now, I don't know what version of Cinderella you all watched as kids, but the one I watched, I'm pretty sure it was all white people. There were some little people in it, but I'm pretty sure they were all white too. I mean, we've come to a point in like it's acceptable. It's acceptable that we hate on white people. Could you imagine if we canceled a play because it was too black? I mean, why don't we cancel? I mean, why aren't they canceling? I still see reruns of like In Living Color. Let's cancel. There's too many black people on In Living Color. Or, Family. Is it Family Matters? Yeah, Family Matters. There's too many black people on Family Matters. Let's cancel Family Matters, which has already been canceled, but they still show reruns. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. And to see this shit, it just like it fires me up. It fires me up at the fact that if you just this right here, just this one sentence, if you was to post that and change white to black, it would be fucking over, man. It would be over. Your life would be over. Here's a link to that if you wants to go read it. I'm not gonna read it off because I can't read worth of shit. I can, but I don't like hearing myself read. I'm sure you all don't either. So there's that. Next is, we have all kinds of stuff on here. Yeah, Patreon censoring now also, it seems, which we knew that, but I don't even know how to post to Patreon. I haven't been doing it right. If you remember, Patreon, when it started, was about the reason that Patreon got started, supposedly, was so to get rid of the censorship. Was partially the main reason. This I read most of this. It just goes on to talk about that, how they started out as a pretty much censorship-free platform, and over time, bit into the PC culture, and now they are, killing videos, canceling creators. It's just ridiculous, man. And it won't end. It's not going to end. I mean, it doesn't even matter what any of us say about it. They're just going to keep doing the bullshit and keep canceling Whitey out. That's what it boils down to. Like, I hate saying that because it sounds really stupid, but it is true. You better get rid of this from you. Watch it. you guys already seen that one. There's some other stuff I was going to show you guys. Oh, anyway, I'll click back to this for a second. So since I'm still unemployed, like we're using unemployment time in order to get our home together so I can move. I know a year ago I would have said, I'm a piece of shit for doing that. I came to the realization that it's all ended anyway, so I need to do whatever I can to get out of where I'm at. So that's what we're doing. I'm supposed to go in every Saturday and do my unemployment thing. I went in there today, and it says I can't do it yet, so I must have to wait till tomorrow. I don't know. They changed it. They do that shit all the time. But I had a note in there. And in the note, I was approved for an extra 40 weeks of pandemic unemployment benefits. So what does that mean? That means I got the initial 26 weeks from this. This is just the state. I got the initial 26 weeks. Then I got approved for 16 more weeks, which I'm in right now. I've already been approved for another 40 weeks on top of that. So we're talking over almost 3 years, over a year and a half of unemployment that they're paying out now. And like on unemployment, I make I make decent money. I don't want to say I don't make great money. Sorry, I moved my chair. Wasn't farting. I don't make great money, but I make decent money. So combined with the federal unemployment, I make more money sitting at home than I would if I went to work anyway. Is nobody commenting? Or can I just not see it? Did I screw it up? I'm sure I did. No, I guess I did. But it's just, it blows my mind. Like I called Christy in here and let her look at it. I'm like, am I reading this right? She's like, yeah. Which it's mind numbing, man, to think that what they're doing is, here's what they're doing. And like I recognized it before all the unemployment shit happened. They're setting you up for failure. And they're doing it all at one time. So they're setting the people up that's on unemployment for failure, because what will happen is if you make more sitting at home than you do going to work, you're not going to go to work. So what will happen is like you'll sit at home until that runs out, and then you're stuck. Not to mention they have the moratorium on mortgages right now and rent payment and all that shit. Well, when that shit ends, it's not going to be on the backside of the mortgage. They're going to say, you owe us, $15,000 today because you haven't paid your mortgage in the last year and a half. And people are not going to have it, which is going to lead to evictions. So what does that mean? That means they're going to sell these homes to somebody else while they're still going after the money from the person they evict. So they're doubling down. It's just the bankers getting richer and everybody else getting poor. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. Yeah, you can just get unemployment now just because, Justin. You're 100% right, man. 100%. And it's like when I seen that, I couldn't believe it. I didn't even apply for it. It's what blows my mind. Like, they're literally giving it out. Like, I didn't apply for 40 extra weeks of unemployment. I still got like 16 or 14 weeks left of this 16-week period. And, like, we were using that, so I could get this house. Because we got to redo the whole inside. We're going to repaint the whole inside of this house. This room don't need painted that bad. The ceiling needs painted. Because my mom bought this. It was a flip house, and they didn't do a very good job with the drywall. So there's some shit needs fixed. And we're going to get out of here. Yeah, they're still in the home equity TLR. It's 100% what they're doing. But, it's, they do this shit all the time, and people don't see what's happening. If the government does something, or, they let something happen without arresting everybody for it. Like, take marijuana, for example. I seen a comment the other day that said they are allowing marijuana in all these states to dumb down everybody, so they don't pay attention to what's going on. And that's not why they did it. They did it because the first time you go to a dispensary and you give them your ID to buy weed, and everybody's going to do it once. I don't care if you buy your weed on the street. You're going to go do it once just to see what it's like. That's what everybody's going to do. And as soon as they do that, and that information goes to the government, you're instantly a prohibited person according to the law. So then you go fill out a background check, and where it says, do you smoke or marijuana or use any other illegal substances? If you say yes, they're going to arrest you for lying on the 4473. But that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. Because if you say no, and they know that you have purchased weed from a dispensary, they know you're lying. Hold on one second. Shit, our grandchildren, man. I'm worried about my kids. My 14-year-old. I'm sorry. I gotta have my sinuses fixed, man. I actually gotta have surgery on my face. They're gonna do this, and I'm gonna talk about fixing my sinuses. I'm sick of not being able to breathe. It's gonna be, dude. It's only gonna get worse, man. You know, and it's sickening. It really is. I watched a video from Flecka Talks. Here, we'll watch it real quick. Part of it anyway. I don't know how he spells it. Yep, right there it was. Shit. No, that ain't it. Hang on. But like, this is what we're up against right here. This shit.
Hey guys, it's Flecka.
This
week
shit
we're at
blows
the
my
March
mind.
for Our Lives, downtown LA. What's your sign say?
It says the NRA is a terrorist organization.
No, it says no, it says use. It says addicted to, but is that the word use is used in it? But it doesn't matter. TLR. How do I say this? I know somebody pretty intimately that was charged with weapons under disability in Ohio, because they were on a prescription drug that was prescribed to them by their doctor, and they charged them with weapons under disability because the law in Ohio is if you, how's it read? I don't want to lie to you. If you're in, it's called weapons under disability for being in danger of being drug addicted. So if there's if you've ever been addicted in the past, or if you smoke weed, like it's really vague and gray. The argument they were going to have in court, the defendant was Halls, for example. If you look on the back of a pack of Halls, it says drug contents or whatever. So is Halls, somebody takes Halls, are they a drug addict or potentially a drug addict? Like the law is so vague and gray. It's just one of those laws they can arrest you if they want to. You know what I mean? If you've ever got Percocets from your doctor, they can arrest you. It's some bullshit. Yeah, right, John. I know, man. It's just I was just
Very
talking
cool.
like I'm worried
You
about.
think ISIS is a terrorist organization?
I do.
Like, listen to this crazy
Al-Qaeda?
fucker.
I do.
Hamas?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're all in the same category to you?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm Austin.
Oh, cool.
What's your name?
Well, I go by Doppel Bowie. Basically, everyone here, it could all be boiled
This is the
down
only
to
kid with
they
sense.
don't want guns.
Would you be down for guns are illegal?
Yes.
We don't need guns.
You lean more.
Because when you buy a dispensary, when you go to in the case of like the medical marijuana or just marijuana at all, it's licensed through the state. So when you go in there to buy weed, you got to give them your license, and they copy it off, and they send that shit to the. It's not about whether it's for medical marijuana or not, but even a medical card, it's the same way. You've heard they want to expand alcohol addiction, dude. Like, alcohol is the worst drug in the world, man. Let's look at heroin addicts for example. They have to get up. If they have the money, regardless, you have to go somewhere, meet somebody, go out of your way. Alcoholics, man, they just have to go. I don't know why you guys ain't moderators. They just have to go get gas, man. You know what I mean? Hey, if anybody's a new moderator, I let everybody be God. Don't cancel nobody's comments or nothing. It's just like a thing. Because somebody wants a wrench, and I just give everybody a wrench. They have it worse than anybody, man. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, if you smoke crack or you shoot heroin or whatever it is, or pills, you got to go, you got to go out of your way to that place for that thing. Alcoholics, they just got to go get gas, and their drug of choice is right in front of them. But they make so much money off of it, I don't think any of this shit should be illegal in the sense, because shooting heroin harms nobody but the person that's shooting heroin. The fact that they commit a crime to get the money to shoot heroin is a separate issue. And that's a big problem we have in this country is, they want to combine issues. Everything is, it's not, well, they committed a crime in order to get money to go buy heroin. They make heroin the problem. Just like, somebody kills somebody. The gun wasn't the problem. They had evil intent and they were going to follow through with it, however it goes. Yeah, triggers everywhere for alcoholics, for sure. I've been completely sober for just over 5 years now. March 12th was 5 years for me. And I can't believe it. Nobody can believe it. I was used to be into just wife screaming at dogs. I did my thing when I was younger. Unfortunately, I wasted a lot of years doing a lot of dumb shit, and I made a lot of money and bought a lot of stupid shit. But here's what I will tell anybody that's in that life: anything that you get with drug money has blood on it. That money has literally has blood on it. I mean, there's people that are buried right now because of shit that I sold along the way, or a choice I made or didn't make, or whatever it was. But anything you buy with that money, you will lose. It's got blood on it. You know what I mean? It's not, you didn't earn it. And when that you acquire money like that, you lose it all, man.
Towards the all guns.
I'm on the all guns thing.
I'd rather be
If you
broke
look at a weapon
and
of
have money that
war,
came that way.
if you could have an AR-15, why couldn't you
That's-
have a
that's
nuclear
good, John.
weapon? I mean, it makes sense that you should not have a really potent weapon.
A wise man made a good point to me today. He said, we used to march for our rights, and now we have people who are marching to take their own rights away and to take rights away from everyone. It's very odd.
I don't think they know the difference between a semi-automatic and
This is
an
a really
automatic
good
that
vid-
they did. They know
Excuse
that
me.
automatic guns have been banned for a long time.
This is a
and
really good video.
semi-automatic, that's pretty
Some of the
much
stuff they saying is wrong, just like even Flecka. He's like, well, those are illegal. No, they're not. You just got to pay your tax. There's that. I'll pin that comment. It's a really good video. Everybody should go watch it. If you don't know who Flecka Talks is, go watch him anyway. He does some pretty good stuff. I don't agree with everything he says and does, but he does a lot of good. He does do a lot of good shit.
How many are not under the age of 30?
My bad. I was trying to find something, but history. Where's the? Did they change this? History library, YouTube original subscriptions. Just well, yeah. What happened to the trending? That's no longer on here. Huh? No shit. Unreal. But yeah, I just thought I'd get you guys on here and talk to you about it, like the guy said. No, it worse. Yeah, and that's people are so stupid when it comes to that shit, man. It's about control. Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care what my neighbor does. I don't care what anybody does. Like, just leave me alone. Just let me do what I do. Like, I don't go out of my way to bother people. But if I'm in my backyard at 11 o'clock at night and making some noise, there's probably a reason for it. If you have a problem with it, come talk to me and we'll fix it. But we don't need government to dictate that bullshit. And those people are just stupid. They think that, the gun is the problem. And they're just, really, I think they're just ignorant of history. I think that they are ignorant of the fact of what government is for, the way it was designed to operate, and what their place is in our society. That makes sense. Yeah, like I said, he don't. What Mad Max said? That's awesome, Mad Max, man. Just stick with it. I have another sub that had just got clean. I don't know what exactly she was doing. I think I talked to her about it. I'm not going to say, though. I ain't going to say her name. But she's just now 120 days into it. Like I told her, once you get past that 6-month mark, it's easy. It's easy. The first 6 months of, I wish I had all my pictures, man. I got pictures of just the dumbest shit you ever seen in your life. Like when it comes to drugs, it's like the dumbest shit you ever seen in your life. But if you compare drugs, here's my thing. Heroin and cocaine has been banned, not regulated, banned since the teens. I think it was like 1916. Complete ban. We have more people overdosed and dying today from heroin than at any time in history. So convince me that bans work, and people focus on the stopping you. They don't want to take the responsibility for their own safety. They want to stop you from harming them by restricting what you can do for your own safety. They automatically assume that you're going to do something to them. The problem isn't the guy with the gun. You're not the problem if you have a gun. If you got a nuclear weapon, you're not the problem. The problem is the person that doesn't protect themselves from that. Oh, yeah, it looks like it. Looks like 84 or something like that. That's Monte Carlo. No, it's not. It's Oldsmobile. I don't know what it is. We'll check it out real quick. These things are Batman. My mom used to have a Cutlass Supreme. I love these.
Hi, my name's Nathan McGrew. This is my 1978
It's a Buick Regal, man.
Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme.
Cutlass Supreme.
I got this car when I got laid off from Boeing, and I needed something to do as a daily driver when I went back to school. I searched the internet for anything that had a 350 in it.
Yeah, man. Like here's the secret to being sober. Number one, you can't do it just once. Just know you can't do it. Like I know what I can and can't do. Number two, man, is like you know they say people, like persons, places, and things, right? You gotta change those things. That's why we don't really have friends and shit. I got one buddy that he's 40, I'm 40, he's 42. It just refuses to make his life better, man. I mean, he just refuses to. I mean, he's gotten off the drugs, but then he still has people around that are doing drugs. And then he's occasionally doing drugs, and it's just like I told him. You got a daughter that's my son's age, that's 14, that looks at you and what you're doing. It's bad enough she got to deal with what the fucking mom's doing, but now she looks at her dad doing it too. And it's just not enough to stop him. He doesn't remember what rock bottom is, although he's at rock bottom, which it makes no sense to me. But you would think, like looking at, like, listen, if I got sober, anybody can. That's a fact. Like if anybody can get, like I didn't have to get sober. Like it wasn't like I hit rock bottom and was broke and was stealing from my mom and all that shit. No, I just decided one day when we had money in our pockets that I was just done. I got a car wreck and it was just I told the story before, and I was just like, I'm done. That's it. Like my wife laughed at me. I came home from the hospital and told my wife I was done, and she's like, yeah, okay, tell me that tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I mean, it's intentional though. If they wanted to stop it, they could. I mean, it's not coincidence that I drive downtown with my window down in my car and I get hollered at 35 times by people. You know what I mean? Like the undercovers, the same shit don't happen to them. Yeah, it does. They roll by it. It keeps the system going. Hey, I know where 2 IROCs are at right now that are completely stocked, just sitting there, just rotting away. They're actually in good shape, but they will rot away because you're sitting outside. The at Cavalcade last year in Cincinnati, year before last, the last IROC to ever roll off the line was there. My buddy lives in Tennessee. He just sold a 91 RS, and it only had like 75,000 miles on it. It needed some transmission work, which it's got 700 R4 in it. And he had an 82 Berlinetta, which was originally a V6 Camaro, but he bought a totaled IROC and swapped everything out.
That would take an LS swap easy and quick. Came up with this for $1,200. Drove it home, took the drivetrain out of it, sold it for $600. So I had this chassis for $600. Then I was able to put my LQ4 and 4L80E in it and did it as cheap as I possibly could. And it was my daily driver for about 2 years with mild head and cam. And it ran left.
I love cars, man. One day I want to build my son a car. He's 14. Yeah, I got out of the bikes, Justin. I had to sell mine. My wife made me sell my bike. Somebody called her and lied to her and said something about somebody passed from the back wheel of a damn GSXR, and then the cops were behind them shortly after. And I got home and she asked me if it was me, and I said no, and she said I was lying, and then I had to sell my bike. But I'm glad I sold my bike, because if I wouldn't have sold my bike, I would have been on my bike the day I wrecked and I would be dead. Dude, listen, when I had my bike, I never stopped for them bitches. Ever. Didn't matter. Because I only have my temps, right? And in Ohio, if you have your temps, you have to wear a helmet. So, like, anybody that doesn't have a helmet on, they pull them over, especially if there's a 30-day tag on your bike. They run your tags or pull you over. Like, I let that happen one time, and the dude was going to tow my bike, and the exit was, like, right there. He made me push my bike to the exit to get it off the interstate, because you're not riding on the interstate if you only got a permit, not your license. After that, I was just, like, done. I was like, there's a why stop. They can't catch me. Yeah, T-top carts are real bad for leaking, man. They twist up. So that's why. You sold your ghetto sled? That's what I call lowriders. Yeah, it does take a lot. Like, I don't need a bike, man. You know, I don't. I would like to have another one, but I don't need one. All bad. Like, I'm not. I don't. When you combine fat, no matter what, when you combine that, no matter how fast you're going, it's not fast enough. With having no fear of death, it's a deadly combination. You're going to die. Oh yeah, you can, Dareline. That's a lie. You can outrun the radio for sure. For sure, I've done it 20 times. Not 20. I've definitely done it a bunch of times. They have to know where you're going, man. Once you get out of their eyesight, it's over. That's the goal. I don't care if you're on the interstate. I don't care if you're on a back road. I don't care if you're on a highway. The goal is to get to the next exit. That's the goal. If you can get to the next exit, you're good. I got a speeding ticket in Kentucky. Speaking of this, I was trying to get to the next exit because I was going through Critton in Kentucky, and it was right when they were making the interstate down there, 75 South. They were making it into 3 lanes instead of 2. You know, this was back when 75 South was 2 lanes from Ohio all the way to Tennessee, and it was a construction zone. And I just built this Mustang GT, the '93 Fox body, and we were going through there. My buddy's like, let's see what it's got. There wasn't no cars anywhere. You know, it was the only one on the road. I'm like, all right, fuck it, man. I grabbed third gear and matted it. And like, I'm driving, and I look down the speedometer, and it hit like about 100, and I look up, and I seen a state boy going the other way. I was like, fuck. But we got blocked. It was a mess. I went to jail for doing double the speed limit in a construction zone. It took me to jail. The cop asked me for my pilot's license. He came up and knocked on the window. I said there, when I pulled over, the car started overheating, is why I pulled over. It got me like way hot. And I rolled the window up, and I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. Dickhead in the passenger seat snorting cocaine off my freaking headlight covers, trying to get rid of the dope before the cop walks into the car. And the cop walks up and knocks on the window. He's like, I acted like I was all surprised to see him and shit. I just kind of jumped. He's like, can I see your pilot's license? I was like, I got no damn pilot's license. What are you talking about? Crazy son of a bitch. But yeah, he took me to jail. Bastard. It cost a lot of money. Yeah, I thought it was funny too. He's like, you want the good news or the bad news? I was like, shit, surprise me. He's like, well, the good news is I'm not towing your car. I was like, the bad news, I'm going to jail, ain't I? He's like, yeah. I was like, you motherfucker. Now, here's the funny part about it. My buddy in the passenger seat was like on Claremont County's 10 most wanted list in Ohio. That was sitting in the passenger seat the whole time. Not only did the cop not run his name, he let him drive away in my car. He drove my car back to Ohio that night. I was like, you lucky son of a bitch. You're lucky I like you. No, I would never tell nobody. But yeah, like, he was literally on Claremont County's 10 most wanted list. He jumped bail. He had a case for a bunch of drugs or something at the time. He got caught like a pound of weed and a bunch of meth or some shit. But that's why he was trying to get rid of all the coke. He was afraid that he was going to jail. Like, I've never been a speed guy. I don't like speed. I ride the track pretty often, so I'm a decent rider. Oh, shit. Hey, what kind of track are we talking about? There's a, first time you can everything you hear about the road is 100% true. What'd you say? My bad, I'm trying to read these. Yeah, you can fix the T-top problem, TLR, just cage them. Put a cage in them. They won't do, listen. Like, I had the worst luck in the world. Anybody that's with me has great luck, though. If you are wanted by the FBI or something, you need to come hang out with me. Because you're not going to go to jail. I will. I'll go to jail for the dumbest shit in the world. Which, thank God, I have been sober from jail for about, it depends on how you look at it. I say from, I haven't been in any trouble whatsoever at all. No tickets, no nothing since 2013. It was funny though, man. I was like, you son of a bitch. Listen, we was on our way to Myrtle Beach. We built the car, and I was getting a divorce at the time, and I found a credit card is what happened. And I forgot I had this credit card, and I opened it up, and it's like, here's a $10,000 limit. And I was like, fuck it, I'm getting divorced, man. I called and activated it. So I'm like, let's go see how fast we can spend $10,000. He's like, all right, cool, let's go. So we like literally put the motor in my car. I drove around the next day and we tried to find somebody to drive us, but nobody would drive us. So we just took off. And then I came back. My mom and dad come and bailed me out of jail. It was like $1,500 in cash to get me out of jail over a fucking speeding ticket. On the way back, my mom's like, you know, somebody was at the house looking for you. I was like, what they want? She's like, I don't know. It's like, well, take me to Aaron's house. Aaron was the guy that was in the car when I got pulled over. And we finally wound up finding some chick to drive us to the beach. And we was there 3 days. We totaled a freaking rental car while we were gone. It was a mess, man. Good morning, Dave. What's up? Yeah, it was a mess. What's the dragon? I'm not hip. Actually, I think I am hip too. I think I have read about it somewhere. Yeah, I don't belong on a pavement on two wheels. It's all bad. Like even those four-wheelers and shit, man. That's why I try not to get them out. I get stupid on them. I get what people would call stupid. I feel perfectly safe. But then again, where's that line between perfectly safe and dead? Famous bike route. Where's it at? Line. Is it in California? You're probably I almost missed it. Yeah, I just decided to jump on here, Crazy Dave. You missed it. What I was showing. I was talking about like unemployment and stuff because I got on to file my unemployment today. So I went through the original 26 weeks. They approved me for another 16 weeks, and then without me applying, they approved me for another 40 weeks once the 16 weeks is over. It's a fucking joke. They're just handing the shit out to everybody. No shit. I want to go. Who's got a bike I can ride? Tennessee? Dude, I want to go. Yeah, like I said, Crazy Dave, I don't belong on a bike. Like, we'll have to go sometime, Tactical Tennessee. I know some people down in Campbell County I can borrow a bike from. I got buddies down there got some bikes. That'd be awesome. We should do it. We should make plans to do it. I like to make plans to go to a Force on Force class. I was just talking last night to people about it. Since ammo and shit's so expensive for everybody, I'd like to just go take a Force on Force class. I think it'd be pretty badass. If anybody's interested, let me know. Maybe we'll do it. What's interesting today? I've seen some other stuff. Oh, did you guys watch or listen to the Joe Rogan podcast with Mark Luttrell? It was pretty good. I only listened to parts of it, but it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm up for picnics, man. Let's do it. That's the realization I came to, man. By me denying it, because at first I was totally against that shit, even like a year ago. But it's so the snowball has become so big. There's no stopping it now. You know what I mean? And there's really not. Even if nobody took unemployment now, it still wouldn't stop it. There's nothing that can be done about it. It's on this path, and you know we're going to have to create a wall to stop it. And I don't think people are ready to do that. Oh, your old Softail? Yeah, Softail. Harleys are pieces of shit. Sell them. Only good thing about a Harley is they like to mark their parking spot with oil. Anybody see this? I haven't seen it.
All right, hoping we're live, guys. I'm gonna move because if any of you are parents, there's kids in that house, and they have successfully driven me out of every room in it.
Just out of curiosity, I want to see something real quick. Blah, blah, blah. What's that right here? So Mr. Guns and Gadgets makes, now, even on the high side of this, just from what I know from the people I know that have bigger channels, the high side of this is usually halfway right. So if it says $10,000, they normally make $20,000 from it. So just in the last 30 days, he's made from $756 to $12.1 thousand, which means realistically he made $24,000 in the last 30 days. That's why I can't stand these dudes that get on here and talk about just the bullshit, the money
Hopefully
begging.
It's gonna be quiet back here. Might be a little sunny. I apologize, but I'm gonna do a quick live here.
Yeah, I like all bikes too, Justin. I'm just talking shit, man. Like I enjoy anything that you're pooping in to say hey. Well, hey, Liberty Chick, cook me some food, baby.
Been a lot going on today, so hopefully you've seen the videos I did.
Yeah, she'll tell you.
If
I
not,
don't
check
need.
them
Do I
out.
need a bike, baby?
Not going to be here long. I just wanted
I think I should buy
everybody to be aware of what
another
the president did
GSXR.
when he addressed the nation.
What do you think?
3 minutes and
GSXR
30
Night
seconds
Vision.
into
There's your
his
two
6-minute
options. Which one am
speech,
I buying?
He came out on the gun control part. He is looking at every opportunity he has to pass some type of executive order. It's going to be fast, from what I'm hearing.
What do y'all think about
And
this? You think that
he
you think that
called out the
Biden
Senate
is going to really try to pass executive orders banning rifles? And then what happens if that happens? Jigsters are badass, man. I love those bikes. My only problem with the cross rockets is that I hurt my wrist real bad riding. Like especially if I got her on the back of it. The few times she went riding with me, it hurt my wrist so fucking bad. If he does, I'm building an SBR since I'll already be a felon. Well, you won't be a felon in technically Apache Wolf unless you get caught. You gotta get caught before you can have the privilege of saying that you're a felon. You think they'll ban imports? I mean, what the fuck's that going to do? What, they're not going to send no more Dracos in? So what? I mean, you got U.S. companies building AKs now. I mean, like I get it. You know, people are wanting Mac 90s and shit, but that shit ain't coming into the country like it used to. I mean, look at all the big problems they just went over with the SVD or whatever. I mean, I don't think there's as many imports. Maybe there is, and I just don't know about them. I don't think that a ban on imports is not going to affect the AR market at all. Zero. Maybe for like magazines, but as for rifles, what, the HK? Yeah, the 80% it's bullshit, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the thought process behind it. You know, people look at the Constitution like it is Bible verse, and in the sense that government should follow what it is, but we don't follow the Constitution. We can do whatever we want as long as I'm not violating your rights. I can do whatever I want. That's the way this country's supposed to be, man. They fucked it up so bad. We were talking about firearms, brass tars, not bikes, but I'm sure Suzuki does. I didn't run from any cars with lights on them, baby. I wasn't running from the cops. I was just going really fast and they couldn't keep up. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you make $25,000 a month from YouTube and you're eating steaks all night.
Immediately
Plus all your
HR 8 and
all your gear and
1446
shit.
challenged them to immediately pass it. And he also wants an assault weapon ban and a magazine ban, saying, hey, I did it as a senator. And it lasted the longest time, and mass shootings went down when the FBI
Yeah,
stats
I'd love to have an AK
prove
and
that's a
223 or
farce.
556.
The assault weapon ban
That's
did
I don't know what the
absolutely
Polish
nothing to deter
barilla
or
is.
crime.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
So I just wanted to tell everybody that.
I didn't say I was running from cops either. I
look,
said I wasn't running from cars with lights on them.
It's time, guys.
They just
and
couldn't
gals.
keep
It's time
up.
for us to really.
We were in a race.
This might be the last time. Get invested. Like there's a lot of people.
Hey, when Christy and I first got together, she got pulled over and we were in the back of a sheriff's car. And on the radio, there was a chase going on. So, like, we're in the back of the sheriff's car getting a ticket. And the cop turned the radio up and we could hear the chase going on. We could hear the cops talking back and forth and shit. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with 71 in Ohio, but where Kings Island is, I don't know, 25 miles north of Cincinnati. So they got the helicopter out chasing these two dudes on bikes coming down the interstate while they're running from north to south. So they're going into the city. They go all the way through from Warren County through Warren to Butler into Hamilton County, and when they hit the city limits, they call the chase off. As soon as they call the chase off, the bikes pull over, right? And the cops, pull them over, pull up behind them. Well, they wasn't running from the cops. They were racing. They were racing and just honestly didn't see the cops behind them. They went to jail, I'm sure.
People who will watch videos, whether it's mine or somebody else's, and not take the 10 seconds,
right.
30 seconds
Trying to catch up on traffic.
Do something, whether it's a phone call, an email, a visit, a letter, or even sometimes the vote. It's looking, from conversation I had earlier with my buddy who's invested in DC.
That's cool, man.
My hand, it's on my cell phone. It appears as though there are more.
Here's my question.
And more.
Could you imagine if these guys just, like everybody understands the infringements. Everybody gets that. But could you imagine if, in my opinion, when I found out the federal government didn't have the authority to create national sweeping laws, it changed my whole view on shit, man. Like, I finally realized just how screwed up shit is. I have no recollection of those events. Yeah, no shit. You sound like a witness. But could you imagine if, like, all these large channels, 451, this has got 100,000 views in 3 days. Could you imagine if he said, look, the federal governments don't have the jurisdiction to do this. Screw that they're doing it. They don't have the jurisdiction to do it. The states need to, because what would happen is the people in the states would hopefully start calling their governors and saying, look, don't let the feds in our state. Period. But instead, they wanted to do the skies fall and donate me some money.
Now willing to ban certain types of firearms and to restrict further magazines and stuff like that, and somehow they think that it's not an infringement. I listened to
what kills me
hearing
is
today.
He has spent a career violating people's rights.
And her cronies.
A career, and now he's trying to buy his ticket into heaven.
Some chief of police.
There's a special place in hell for every cop.
Connecticut,
and hopefully it's
maybe, or Middletown, Connecticut, begging for a ban.
I didn't even thumbs up, baby.
I wonder how many police officers out there remember their oath. I'm hoping that there's more police officers than the couple that remember their oth, and I'm hoping that there's.
Can you hear me now?
All
Can you hear me now?
Out there who took
hey, baby.
Remember their oath.
Can you hear me now, guys?
It's
just
disgusting.
said y'all couldn't hear me.
Like I said in the video earlier this morning, Obama-style gun control is back.
I don't know why all the moderator stuff went away.
Mass shootings in the 6
No.
period, and they're harping on that.
The video is very
just like I said earlier, harp on the emotional string, the heartstrings of people, and push through their agenda, or at least
better, guys.
Push through. So
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was. I didn't realize it was all messed up.
They've shifted into high gear, and the president called them out on TV. So.
Yeah, that's better.
I just don't get the skies falling shit, man. Yeah, 100%, Justin. 100%. He's the same person he's talking about. Like, people don't get that shit, man. Even when you try to tell them, like, it kills me. Everybody down through here is going to point a finger at somebody, except the problem. There might be one or two people that say the enforcement's the problem. Our sheriff already said we aren't enforcing anything like that. But he's doing it today. He's arresting felon. He's arresting whoever that sheriff is. Like, guarantee if you ain't got a permission slip, but you got a firearm on you, he's arresting you. So the problem becomes is that as long as it don't affect me, I don't care. And that's what's led us to this point. If it didn't affect me, I didn't care. And that's how everybody thinks. And that's really the problem. It's sickening, man. Like, it bugs the shit out of me. But what are you gonna do? You can only preach about the same shit for so long. I mean, here's another one.
All right, guys. Good Boy 32 here. Checking.
And it's always the same people.
At the Mifflin County Sports.
218,000 subs, 25,000 views, and since March 23rd, 4 days.
Out here. It's got a little bit more expensive this year, but that's okay. Don't tell them, but I would probably pay double for the right to be able to shoot out here. The right to shoot. Let's talk about that. The right to shoot.
And here's another problem too. Like when I say that thing about the guy that killed my son in jail had the right to keep and bear arms, when you say something to that to people like Coda Boy, like I've talked to Coda Boy on the phone. I got his number. I can text him right now. But he don't really talk to me because he doesn't see eye to eye with me. He wants to point the fingers at the politicians. He doesn't grasp onto the fact that the politicians, it doesn't matter what they do because government, the people that created the fucking government told us what it was going to do. The problem is the enforcement. Number one, they enforce restrictions on us. Number two, they enforce laws that are allegedly to keep us safer, but it's only to protect them. And they enforce those laws. There's no good sheriff there, line. I read about a sheriff in Florida in one case where he actually went and released a dude from jail that got caught with a gun. But would he have done the same thing if the dude was a felon? Or if the guy was, quote unquote, mentally ill? And, people need to, if you have a line, like in that conversation, if you have a line where you say, okay, this person doesn't need to have a gun, then you're not pro right to keep and bear arms. You're as bad as the person trying to take them. And people they can't grasp onto that. It's the I don't care if it ain't me mentality. I have a buddy all the time. I need to get him on the phone and call him on three-way. And he will say, well, we all know the mentally ill shouldn't have a firearm. I'm like, but the problem with saying that is somebody's standing behind you calling you mentally ill. And he just can't grasp onto that. Right, TLR, that's funny shit. I used to, the sheriff, when I lived in Tennessee, the sheriff lived right next door. He lived like 3/4 of a mile down the road from me, which was the next door, though. And I used to drive my dad's pickup truck over there as a kid. I'm talking 10, 11 years old, and mow his grass and shit. One time we shot I want to say it was an MP5, man. I don't think it was. But anyway, it had a can on it. It was full auto. He went and grabbed it out of the trunk of his car. We shot it off his deck into the lake. Broke all kinds of laws. But it is a sheriff, so he's cool. And now that sheriff is a multi-millionaire. Imagine that. Living in Paradise, Deerfield, Tennessee.
Yeah, man. The Second Amendment is becoming a scarcity simply because you have idiots like some guy named Ahmad who, out of a whim.
And here's the thing, he has told me before that he doesn't disagree with what I say. So, but then again, at the end of everyone his videos, almost everyone, God bless the men and women in blue who do whatever to their oath, man. And I hate saying it, but those oaths are pointless. If you take an oath to something you don't understand, then it's meaningless. I had a guy arguing that logic fallacy bullshit last night with me.
Shot up a grocery store out in Boulder, Colorado. Now I'm digging brass out of the bucket here because I just walked by it and I was like, "Whoa, look, 9mm."
But to be clear, just so I'm clear, I don't have a problem with him at all. I think he's a really good dude. I think he would probably be a good dude to know. But if you can't point out the problem when you have a problem, you can point at Nancy Pelosi all day long. Nancy Pelosi's not going to be the one getting kitted out, kicking in your fucking door. And we had talked about, what if confiscation happens? He's like, well, I have a plan for my wife and my kids to get out, and then I'm staying here. And who's going to be doing that? Who's going to be enforcing that shit? And that's who you need to have a problem with. But they've convinced everybody that we not only need the police, that the police are good, they're your friends, they're here to help, and it's all bullshit, man. They're the Kingsmen. They're the freaking redcoats is what they are. They're going to do what they're told to do. Right. Patriotic Constitutionalist, 100%.
You guys who reload. Hold on 1 second. Man, somebody, I'm going to have to inspect this brass really good. Where's my dang camera at on this thing? Oh, there it is. It's the one who put the bullet in this dude. And I'm glad they didn't kill him because I'd really like to know what was his motive. His name was Ahmad.
What was his motive? Let's think about this. Biden bombed Syria a month ago, killing a bunch of people, probably a bunch of innocent people too. The guy was a refugee from Syria. What could have possibly been the motive? I don't know why you're not a moderator, Slowburn. I'm sorry, man. My bad. It's ridiculous, man. They set this shit up. And I'm not saying they set it up like they pay a guy to go do this or they pick somebody out to go do it, but they know what's going to happen. You're in Dayton, dude. Everything about Dayton's bad.
So I'm just going to leave it at that. You guys let me know what your thoughts are down below. No hate speech if you don't mind, because I'm not a big fan of hate speech. I don't care about color, race, creed, or whatever, but, you know, it's just
I did read this comment right here, and I think it's a really good comment, and I think it says a lot. So this guy he says, I fought for 2 years to bring my wife here from Spain. We did it legally and by the law. We could only see each other for less than 90 days, 3 times per year for 2 years. We paid thousands, endured paperwork out the butt, doctor's visits, interviews, and the list goes on. We did it right and watched this crap happen on the southern border, and just gives residency to illegals, makes me want to just puke. Keep preaching, Dakota boy. I'm with you.
ironic that our country,
Oh, here's a funny one too. I said, oh man, I can't get to it from here. It's on my other channel. I had said that if we want to stop illegals from coming here, because there's a big problem with illegals. Here's my problem with it. The Constitution lays out and says that Congress needs to come up with laws for naturalization. There's people that are in line that are doing it right. If somebody's willing to, I mean, like, do I blame them? No, not really. I'd probably be doing the same thing. But at the same time, right now, the economy's, lightweight shut down. Let's say that 30% of the economy shut down. You remove those 20 million illegals, and you now have 20 million more jobs for people that are supposed to be here. Being here illegally should carry a death penalty, in my opinion. Making a death penalty for being here illegal, you want to stop it. That's all it would take.
Government, our people
Maybe
in
I'm wrong.
D.C. who are somehow elected, are in a frantic pace right now.
But like, you can't even kick them out. They can't even kick illegals out of the states.
Rights to eliminate our ability to.
But like, the state can't even kick the illegals out because the federal government won't deport them. So then the state would have to deport them, which it becomes a big, much convoluted bullshit. What's up?
What happened in Virginia Beach?
Oh, there was a shooting last night.
To carry what we want.
He said how many minutes we tried to, I guess, call you or something.
Oh, you tried to call me?
He said it earlier. He said he tried to text you. But anyway, he was asking, does anyone know the story on the Virginia Beach thing? Figured the guy didn't meet agenda requirements. Haven't heard anything. Didn't meet agenda requirements. Haven't heard anything. But he asked you. No one ever said anything.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see it.
It's this one right here.
Right here. I found it. 2 killed, at least 8 injured in Virginia Beach oceanfront shooting. 2 people were killed and at least 8 were wounded in a series of shootings that took place on Friday in Virginia Beach, according to authorities. Multiple gunshots were heard in the city's resort area at 11:22 p.m. Friday, Virginia Beach police said Saturday in a news release. 8 have been brought to the hospitals for gunshot wounds, some of which ranged from serious to life-threatening to, the release notes. Among those wounded in the oceanfront shooting was a Virginia Beach police officer who sustained minor injuries. An adult female was among the deceased. She died from her injuries on the scene, according to police. A suspect has not yet been identified, and the case is still under investigation. Virginia police also noted a related officer-involved shooting in which a male suspect also died of his wounds on the scene, according to the release, which noted the 2 shootings will be investigated concurrently. The officer, whose name has not yet been released, has been with the Virginia Beach Police for 5 years and is a member of the Department's Special Operations Division. That officer will be put on administrative assignment pending investigation, the department noted. The second shooting occurred about a block away from the first, as authorities were investigated and led to an individual being confronted by a uniformed Virginia police officer, who then killed the individual in a police intervention shooting. Police Chief Paul News. I'm going to read that again. The second shooting occurred about a block away from the first, as authorities were investigating, and led to an individual being confronted by a uniformed Virginia Beach police officer, who then killed the individual in a police intervention shooting. Police. Why were they talking to the dude? Did he have anything to do with the first shooting? Another nearby shooting, believed to be unrelated to the first 2, left another individual dead. Damn, Virginia Beach going down. I mean, it's a coincidence that we're having all these shootings now. Maybe. I think that when you have locked people up for a year, and then you let them, quote with quotes, big quotes, let them out. I think that you're asking for trouble. It's just like every year in the cities.
Use if you're allergic to Cosentix.
Every year in the cities, as soon as summertime hits, the murder rate goes up.
And lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor
How do I
about an
skip this
infection or
bullshit?
symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen,
Inflammatory
or if you've had a
bowel
vaccine or
disease.
plan to,
That'd be
serious
shitty.
allergic reactions
Yeah.
may occur.
No pun
Learn
intended.
more at Cosentix.com.
We begin with breaking news on the East Coast. 2 people are dead and 8 more are hurt in shootings in eastern Virginia. Gunfire erupted late last night at 2 locations in the
I got his email,
oceanfront
baby.
resort area of Virginia Beach. That's about 20 miles east of Norfolk. Police say 8 people were shot at the first crime scene. 1 woman was killed. The injured victims'
Well, you want, like,
conditions
flip
range from
upsides,
serious to
Matt?
life-threatening. About a block away, an officer shot and killed a man. Investigators say the officer-involved shooting is connected to the original shooting.
I heard like 40 gunshots, and a few minutes later I heard more gunshots. And I seen people running away,
Sweet,
screaming
I bet you
and
will.
stuff.
What you can see is we have a very chaotic incident, a very
Yeah,
chaotic
you can't tell cops that slow burn.
night in the beach, many different crime scenes.
Police say they did detain several people, but no one has been
What's wrong?
arrested.
What's wrong with polymer sites? Patriotic constitutionalists. I don't know anybody's ever had a problem with like the real Magpul Imbus polymer ones. I mean, you're gonna spend $180 if you go out and buy new Imbus Pros. I mean, if you got the money, more power to you. I mean, fuck it. You figure if you run Imbus Pros on all your shit, that's shit $1,500 in sites.
Well, just
You son of a bitch. I don't want to watch a commercial. I wonder if the White House is saying anything about this. Ooh. White House confirms Biden will sign executive order on gun control in wake of Boulder shooting. White House confirmed Friday that the president will soon sign an executive order on gun control. Yes, the White House press secretary, Jen, this bitch, if you ever listen to her, we'll circle back around. It's her favorite thing to say. Jen, I don't even know how you pronounce her last name. I think there's supposed to be a vowel right there. Psaki said when asked by a reporter about the possibility, I can't give you an exact time frame, in part because they have to go through a review process, which is something that we do from here. President Joe Biden provided a hint to what to expect while speaking to reporters on the tarmac en route to his home in Delaware on Friday afternoon and mentioned guns that are made by 3D equipment. We're looking at it right now, Biden said when asked about the executive order. We're looking at what kind of authority I have related to import weapons as well. He has no authority. He has no authority to stop any imports, period. If Biden creates an executive order, see, and this is what people don't understand. If he creates an executive order, that order is only valid for federal employees under the executive branch, which isn't the people, it isn't the states, it isn't the fucking imports. Dude, they've taken our Constitution and wiped their asses with it and do what they want. Nobody stops them. We can't stop them. They've made it illegal for us to stop them from doing this bullshit. And then you tell people and they don't believe you because, it's far harder to convince somebody they've been conned than it was to con them to begin with. It's a fucking joke, man. They're not even guiding slow burn. Executive orders. If the president makes an executive order, that executive order is only valid to the employees under the executive branch. Just like if a governor makes excuse me, I'm sorry, my nose is leaking everywhere. If a governor makes an executive order, that executive order is only, the only people that are, I don't want to say they have to follow it, but they do if they're employed, is employees of the executive branch. It's a joke, man. He can have all your what? You can have all my Mac. What Matt said. That's what I want, Lumberjack. I got it laying around. What are you two talking about? You pay the bill, babe. What bill am I supposed to pay? We won't have any ads. Why is it going that? Oh, That because I'm on this isn't YouTube. That's why it's doing ads. Check out School of American Rifle. Yeah. School of American Rifle is a great YouTube channel. If you don't know who he is, check him out. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a link in the thing real quick. But this dude is School. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Yeah, this dude right here, like, he is the dude when it comes to, I'm not even subscribed to him on this channel. When it comes to, like, ARs, he's the guy. Here's a link to his channel. Paste. And bam. He does a lot of good
Thanks
shit.
for joining School of the American Rifle. Today we're going to do a bolt carrier physical.
Like, he does physicals and autopsies. He's badass.
Cutter. The owner sent it in just to get the carrier key replaced. So the owner sent a new carrier key. We're going to gauge that out. And 2 new OCKS, OCKS. These are optimized carrier key screws. These are sold by Ned Christensen of Michigans.
You can, Matt, even if you go on, I would love to have a set of Inbus Pros. If anybody's got a set laying around they're not using. My birthday was last year, and you missed it. Let me see it. Electronics, cars, is this it? They're super expensive though, man. I mean, I don't think they should be as expensive as they are. I mean, $184. There's $130 pre-owned. That's not bad, really. Wonder my wife would let me bid on these. 6 hours. Hey, baby, can I bid on these? Will you buy them for me? I don't have anything that they can go on. I just want to set just so I look cool. So like I said, I have some. $190, and we're offset. That dude's smoking crack. You know, we're gonna get $190 on them. Wonder if you can build them. Not 109, 121, yeah. Probably get them for like $150 or something. Wonder how much those are. $150, 0 bids. But watch, this will go over that. Oh, they were offsets. I can't believe that they're selling for $137. Oh, I guess. It's in 6 hours. Oops. Get out of there. I don't know. They're nice. Like, I think they're badass. Like I said, if anybody has a set that's laying around they don't like, feel free to wrap them up with a bow on it and send them to me. I like presents. But this Virginia shooting thing in the White House, it's all a joke, man. I mean, it's not a joke in the sense that haha funny. It's a joke in the sense that people just buy into, hey Lauren, what's up? Yeah, I need some for my airsoft for real. I do. Down here, we're no one on the order store has encouraged customers to do the same. Oh, that's sweet, Lauren. What's the name of the restaurant? Cool. Bid on it, Apache Wolf, and put in my address to send it to. No, I'm just kidding, man. Eighth Freedom was just what? Yes, yeah, I like presents. I don't like presents, dude. I hate surprises. Like, ask my wife. I can't stand surprises. Ask Matt. I can't stand surprises at all. Like, if you're going to do something or going to give me something, don't say, I got a surprise for you, and then not tell me for a week. Because it will drive me up the wall. I figured you'd have a driver by now, Matt. You're old and blind, ain't you? I'm just kidding, dude. The name is Soup Shanty. Is that in is it Kenosha? Kenosha? The soup shanty. I bet it's good too. Listen, Christy started making these grilled cheeses last week, and I'm addicted to grilled cheese, which I was supposed to have some in here. I don't know where they're at. But with Velveeta cheese, listen, if you've never had grilled cheese with Velveeta cheese, it's where it's at. Like, I'm hooked. Yeah, like I'm not a surprised kind of dude, man. Slow burner, Crazy Dave. All right, we'll see you, Patriotic, man. Have a good day, man. Fred's Bait Shop. Dude, I hate surprises. I hate it. Every time I see PC, I think protective custody. See you, PC. You in protective custody? I'm just kidding, man. I'm all right. T Black, how are you? We're trying to get this house together, man. It's hard because we got so much shit. I don't know if you can see behind me. This is like the storage, this is like the storage room, and it is full of shit. And this is like, we have a lot of shit that's full. You see all the stuff in the background behind me. There's just boxes. This behind me, this whole wall was nothing but boxes stacked out 3 feet away from the wall. So, but when we moved here, we had our home, and then a bunch of stuff happened, and we moved. Well, we put everything from our house, from a 2-bedroom house, into storage. Everything, 3-bedroom house, into storage. Well, then, while we were waiting to get another home, we kind of acquired all that shit again. And then when we moved in here, a bunch of my mom's stuff was still here. Like, all of her furniture stayed, refrigerator, all the kitchen stuff stayed. Some of the stuff in the bedroom stayed. My bedroom suit, which is in this room, stayed. And my kids already had a bedroom suit here from where we lived here, 2 years ago, and in their room. So we moved, like, it was like moving 2.5 households together. So now we're just trying to go through shit and get rid of shit, so I can start painting. And I want to paint the entire house is getting painted inside. Most of it, like this room, doesn't need painted, but the ceiling needs painted. So I'll mask it off and spray it. One of my subs, Alan, has a industrial, like a real sprayer, so I was going to go buy one, but they're like, the cheap ones are $200, and they're all contained in a handheld unit, and they're electric, and they're pieces of shit. So I was going to spend $300 on a good one, like that pumps it out of the container, like out of a 5-gallon container, out of a 1-gallon paint can, and it was like $300 for that. But he said I could borrow his. My tools, dude. Listen, bro. I would sell, my tools ain't going anywhere. I don't sell tools. Oh, you're talking to her. I was going to get my mom's stuff 7 years after she died. Yeah, like, it's hard to get rid of that stuff. My mom got most of her stuff here except for, like, the kitchen, the living room set stayed. And then, like, just some little stuff, but it was, I think the reason I feel like it's so cluttered is because my mom was a OCD neat freak. So I seen this house for so many years, like, completely spotless. Like, you'd walk in, it didn't matter what time of the day or night or whenever, the house was spotless. So now, like, anytime I see, like, a pop can sitting on the counter, like, it gets to me. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I want grilled cheese, Chris, please. No, I didn't see that. Biden had a list of reports to call on with pics of their faces. What do you mean? That sucks, John, man. I'm sorry. I hate to see it. I can't imagine, like, my worst fear is losing my dad, man. Like, I can't explain to you. I did a video about my dad a long time ago, and I took it down. I was crying and everything in that video. But, like, I couldn't imagine my dad passing away, dude. My dad's 10 times the man I'll ever be. Yeah, I hate surprises. I'm not a surprise dude at all. I don't like them. As a matter of fact, if you have a surprise for me, you're better off telling me, because I'll get pissed at you for not telling me and not talk to you. That's what I do. Hey, if you guys ain't subscribed to Slow Burn, go watch his stuff too. I don't know
Aren't they beautiful?
Why subscribed on here? Yeah, I am.
Picked them on our ride this evening.
Slow Burn is one of my subs.
Ridden out in the
and
direction of Cashapp.
Here is the link.
Astounding.
Shit.
Acres of bright red poppies. Are they part of some religious ritual?
No, it's company land.
Why does the company grow poppies?
There you go. There's a link to Slow Burn.
The poppy mesquite is the sole source of opium. The Honorable East India Company forces Indian farmers to grow them.
Opium?
Indeed. Most of it is bought up by the company at prices fixed by them and then shipped to China to help turn an entire nation into opium addicts.
But why?
It's the only thing that we can sell the Chinese in return.
That sucks, John Matrix, man. Like I can't imagine losing my dad. That's like my worst fear. Even like moving away from here, I asked my dad to go with us. I was like, just go with us, man. Like we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. I'll take care of it. My dad's lost in the paradigm. Like he's one of the finger pointers still. Not so much anymore. But he just, I know when I leave, I'll probably never see him again. And it's, yeah, Christy lost her dad. Silas was born on January 18th. I called home on January 19th, and she was bawling. And I called her in the hospital, and she was bawling, and she had lost her dad. And then the following day, January 20th, her nephew was born. Her twin sister had her kid. So my son and his cousin's only 2 days apart. So he should have. Yeah, I need grilled cheeses. Woman, you're supposed to be making me grilled cheeses with Velveeta cheese. But go check out Slow Burn and subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. There's I listened to this the other day, which I had to go somewhere else to listen to it. Where's it at? I don't know where it's at. But he's got a lot of good stuff on here. Like, I want to live here. This is where I want to live.
All right.
But they're actually a little too close.
Test run.
Gravel road
See how this
with a
comes
stop
out
sign.
over
It's fucking
here,
awesome.
So to speak. A little bit of snow. You can probably see it. Not sure if you'll be able to see it. Just a little dusting.
This is northern Arizona, ain't it?
I think we've had our big snow for the year so far.
Homemade butter. Dude, that sounds awesome. I need to learn how to make that.
It's nice, though.
Why haven't you talked to him, T Black? You need to talk to him. Call him. Whatever's going on, you need to call him, because there'll be a day that you won't be able to call him and you'll regret not calling him. I promise you.
From one of the, I guess it's Yahoo. And,
What really sucks is like Kristen didn't get to see her dad a lot. She lives in Virginia Beach, and we lived here. It sucked the way it worked out, man.
Crap, day in, day out. Today's was, I'll paraphrase. Today was experts are stumped. Cases possibly.
Oh, he's an idiot. You did your due diligence.
Unexplained, and then cases are down.
Better there's no road. Yeah, I agree, man. But like I could settle for this though. The houses are a little close, but I mean that's cool. This is fine as long as I got my land over here on the left.
But these
that's great.
Listen to this stuff and think it's for real. Like, oh
but you guys need to go subscribe to him, Slow Burn. He's actually in here right now. I think he was anyway.
And you know they're buying into it. They probably can't leave the house without an update. You know, when I was younger, living in the city here and there.
No shit. What's his YouTube channel, T Black? Leave a link for it.
And you'd have,
we'll go to it and I'll harass his ass.
Traffic report. And so you'd listen to that.
Listen, hey, Christy, come here. Come in here real quick so you can tell them what you did with the bacon. So there's a place down the road here. It's called First Watch. It's a restaurant. They only do like breakfast from like 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. or something. They make this bacon. It's called Millionaire's Bacon. It's like big old thick cut bacon, but they make it with like brown sugar and maple syrup and pepper. And, well, Christy tried to recreate it yesterday. Plain grilled cheese. Come here real quick, Chris. Christy recreated this. Like when you buy it at just said the damn name.
plain grilled cheese?
Yes, come here real quick. Tell them about the bacon, how to make it.
Well, we bought that real thick bacon first.
Yeah,
to
you gotta
get
have
the
thick
good
bacon.
stuff from like the, what do you call it, the meat counter?
Yeah.
And I literally cooked it. I cooked it on a griddle with tons of brown sugar. I used the light because I didn't have any dark, but just tons of brown sugar. Just I lidded on there, put it all on, spread it all out, and lots of it.
And
And
maple
I
syrup?
sprinkled it with pepper. No, I didn't use no syrup.
Just brown sugar.
Just brown sugar.
Listen.
And you have to kind of cook it lower than normal because you don't want the brown sugar to burn before the bacon cooks.
Right.
But man, it was good.
Listen.
And you need to put a lot of pepper, more than
First
what you would
watch.
normally.
This shit is so good. First watch charges, what is it, $5 for 4
It's
strips?
$5.99.
$5.99
For
for
5
4
strips.
For,
Sorry,
no, I
it's
think it's
5.
4.
There's 5. I promise there's 5.
Okay, for 5 strips of bacon. And
Yes.
it's worth double that, man.
Yes.
Like, it is the best way I've ever ate bacon in my life. But Christy recreated it yesterday. So you cook brown sugar with the bacon. You cook it low heat so it don't burn the brown sugar. And it turns into like a...
Not low, just lower than
Lower.
normal.
It wasn't turning into... I said syrup, but that ain't the right word.
It turns into like a hard, like...
It's not hard.
No, if you...
Like, it's like... It's got like a syrup consistency to it. But
Yeah,
man,
I
it's
know.
so freaking good.
And they probably do it totally different. They probably use syrup and stuff.
I don't care
That's
how they
just
do
what I
it. You
tried
did
and
it. It
was
worked.
really
It was
good.
great.
Yeah, it caramelized is what it did.
Caramelized. That's the word we're looking for. Dude, listen, Lauren, it is. Like, try it. Brown sugar. I'm telling you.
And it's like real heavy pepper.
She really screwed herself because I'll never eat bacon the way they would normally eat it ever again. If it don't have brown sugar on it the way she made it, I don't want it. Yeah, I want some grilled cheeses. Like, them grilled cheeses are the bomb.
Any big accidents, so you didn't have to take another route. And
But go subscribe to Slow Burn, guys, if you don't mind.
listen to it again.
He's got a lot of good shit. A lot of my
Keep
subs
abreast
have
of
really
the
good stuff.
traffic so you don't have to
Lauren
take an
M.
alternate
I don't
route.
think I can get to your guys' stuff from here. I can't. I don't think I can. Hold on.
And that's they got.
Here's what's funny. Like, say I want to see Lauren. Shit. It probably won't come up. That ain't her. Even though since I'm subscribed to her, why doesn't her come up first? If you guys need to subscribe to Lauren's channel, go visit her channel too. Look, she's got a rat.
Roughest pup in town? Are
Look.
you the roughest pup in town?
It's a mad rat.
What do you think? What do you think? Yeah?
Why do you need a new channel name, huh? Just name something, name whatever
Yeah,
you
you
want.
get 'em. You
Think of
get 'em.
something think of something that is fitting and name it that. It doesn't have to be anything special. I mean, whatever it is. Yeah, the name of the channel really don't matter. I just named mine Freedom Inc. for the simple fact that our freedoms become a business. People don't understand that. I get the comment all the time. For somebody with freedom in their name. You might be good bait. That's funny. Nah, they're cool. Here's my thing with the dog, though. If I'm going to have a dog, if I'm going to invest the money into a dog, spend the time training a dog, he better be able to hurt somebody if I need him to. You'll figure it out. Just think of something that applies and apply it to it. My wife's older than me too, John. Lightning Lauren. There you go. Trying to think who else is on here. I don't think it's Pop Tart. Yeah. He does a lot of mirroring videos, but he told me he was going to start putting more up. Jonathan McCone. If you guys ain't subscribed to Jonathan, here's his channel. He's got another channel too. I guess I should be putting the names. Yeah, my dog, but the last, Christy, well, they were kind of freaked out because the last dog I had, I don't know how well you can see it. Hold on a second. I want to move so I can see. All right, let's see real quick. You can kind of see it. You see this line? There's one right here. There's a line. And then there's another one right here. That was where my dog latched onto my arm and tried to eat my arm. He thought my arm was a chew toy. He really tried to rip it off. And since then, my wife's been, she was wigged out about getting another dog. Like, I love pits. And we had one bad experience and it kind of screwed it up. Cougar? No, we're not cougar hunting. But, well, guys, man, I appreciate y'all coming. I want to jump off here. I'll think of something. I hope you think of something, Lauren. What do you want it to have to do with? I mean, like, what's your... You're going to keep your channel, like, surrounded by, like, truth and medical? Or do you plan on doing just random stuff? Like, what way are you going to take your channel? I guess is what I'm asking. Catholic girls are nasty, man. They're whores. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. I didn't say that. I guess it's because my sister and my mom's Catholic. They're both whores. That's probably why I said that. But, alright guys, I ain't got nothing else to talk about right now. Believe it or not. I need to go practice welding. I need to get this house straightened up. Well, I didn't mean to play. It was an accident, Dave. I accidentally just barely woke him up. Like, I got out of bed and my foot, like, barely grazed him. Like, it didn't even hurt him. It just grazed him. Like, literally, like, just brushed up against him. He turned around and looked at me. And I reached down to tell him I was sorry. He was mad. I'm Catholic too, Justin. I was raised Catholic anyway. I'm not a practicing Catholic. I mean, the good thing about being Catholic is you can do whatever you want. You're still going to heaven. Hookers, coke, gambling, it don't matter. You can die with a bottle of Jack Daniels in one hand, an ounce of coke in the other, and a hooker in your lap, and you're still going to heaven. As long as you're Catholic, that is. That's how they do it. I don't want to jump off here, y'all. Have a good day, and protect yourself. People are going crazy. You know what amazes me now is even with like all these shootings, there's still a cop somewhere today that's going to arrest somebody for having a firearm without a permit. Or just for having a firearm. Not that they're committed a crime with a firearm, but for just having a firearm. And then you have these, like in Atlanta, they found that copycat dude. So he's got a plate carrier, he's got guns, he's got ammo. They arrest him without a shot fired. Where the fuck does that happen at? You know what I mean? Like, trick no good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I'm trying to stop cussing. Like, where does that happen at? If you go through the trouble of putting your carrier on and you load up all your guns and ammo in the car, at that point, you're at the point of no return. You have to follow through. So who doesn't follow through with that? No shots fired? I mean, come on. It makes no sense. Had fun chatting with y'all. Yeah, you too, man. I appreciate y'all coming, and I don't know why you're not a moderator, Joseph. My bad, man. I make everybody a moderator, but don't screw the comments. Just, I didn't want anybody to be gods, so I make everybody gods. Yeah, later, y'all. I'm gonna have a good day. I'm actually really tired for some reason. Oh, babe, I need my meds. I started taking meds, so I started taking a testosterone booster, vitamin C, vitamin D. What else? There's like a bag full of them. I gotta take like 15 pills in the morning, but it's making me feel better. I noticed 2 days into it, I had immediate, I immediately felt the effects of taking it. I felt way better. Like, no shit. As of 4 days ago, when I woke up, I wasn't getting out of bed for an hour. Like, guaranteed, I wouldn't. Why would I, Christy? I'd wake up and lay in bed for an hour because, like, I hurt so bad I can't move. And then I would just finally I would get up, and the day after I started taking all this stuff that Matt Kiss My Socialist turned me on to, immediate change, man. I woke up like, I don't want to say I felt great, but I was able to move. I jumped right out of bed and went and took the dogs out. Like, that wouldn't have happened a week ago. Drink green tea. I hate tea. Why can't Mountain Dew make you feel better. All right, y'all. Have a good day. I'm going to end this. We will see.